Right, guys, I'm so delighted that I'll be doing or making a video today. Actually making a live stream today, the 19th day in the month of September 2025, and this is just 20 minutes into the London session to be making this video this morning. And here we go. Now this morning I've had the privilege to look at some things. Okay. Yes, like I said, I've had the privilege to look at some financial instrument this morning, and I've also taken some trades. But what I wanted to do was just to make sure that, as always, and as much as I've tried to, as much as I've always wanted to, document my trades so that anything I say will be used against me in the maybe tomorrow. Yeah, I can always come back to my trade and or to every video that I make to see how well I did on a particular trade or trades. Okay, and also how well my software is, or how well, yeah, it's helped me, or that it's helped me or helps me to make a trade decision. Okay, because that we traders, we are more like traders that trade on a single chart pattern, or news headlines. But that is what I do not want to do. And one of the driving force that make me also want to think like the big boys. I call them big boys because they are the institutional trading firms and the hedge funds also. So what I did is to try as much as possible to make my own little research, and whichever little way that I can come up with anything, although I'm still going to make a lot of improvements in this software. Okay, and if you watch the previous video that I made, I said some things about this, so please watch the videos. It's also on a live stream, and if it's not, just look for the video, you're gonna find it. Okay, and if I have the time, I could attach it to the top right of the screen so that you can also see it. Okay, so what have I got this morning? I took some trades, and one of them is USD card. Okay, and one of them is USD card. Actually, when I took it, you all knew that price would never stay at one position. If it's either it goes against you or it goes in your favor. Right, so looking at it from the 1 hour time frame and also from the 4 hour time frame, I saw the need to take the trade. Why? Because my software says so. So I don't want to do too much of analysis. Now let's quickly go to what we have. All right, I'll take you to this point of the of my indicator of my software to just show to you how what prompted the decision that I took. Now you can see. All right, so this was what prompted it. I didn't want to, I wanted, because today is Friday and I knew that the volume and volatility and momentum and all of them put together, price, everything, you know, always, even time on trend or whatever it is called, everything always, everybody wants to close their trade. So the market is always like moving, in a very um there's always volatility most Fridays, at the beginning, of most Fridays in London sessions like this. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, maybe when this begins to happen, definitely it's going to complement the two that is remaining. Okay, and that is not just an assumption, that is not gambling. I'll show you from the chart so you can see, why I make that decision. Now look at it here. If you look at, it's also very, my price was actually, there was another software like this that I also removed. Price was then touching the head of, I was actually on at this point. Okay, this stop and reverse, the shorter version, was actually also here, and it helped me to also, take that decision or make that decision that I made. Now if you also do it, in another pattern, let's go to the 4-hour time frame and set our, okay, then also we go to another smaller time frame. Like in trading, a lot of things, you know matters. Okay, a lot of things matters in trading. You just have to be making sure that, oh, what I'm doing is actually okay. I hope it's making sense. I hope it's making sense. I hope it's making sense. Now it's the same way that all these big institution, come up with, before they make any trade execution, because a lot of things they too also have to go through. They have to look at the market and macro context. They have to look at the fundamental drivers of the instrument. That is, if the instrument is, for instance, if it's currency, if it is stock, if it is commodity, this traders or their analysts will have to look into its specific fundamentals. All right, yeah, they will have to look into its specific fundamentals. And in my case, okay, they also look at liquidity, they also look at, the um micro, okay, the market microstructure and a whole lot of things. But in my case, I think what I was able to get from these people, that I that made me to build this little boy that is here, that is actually helping my trading business, and was just me wanting to think about, or think like, them. All right, because there are some videos that I made in the past that this and this were two different softwares, but I made the result, the end game or the end result of it, to look the same. Okay, because I wanted to, like, I wanted to, okay, understand what works here, what works here, can they achieve the same result? And yes, they actually are achieving the same result, because yeah, this is the result here. All right, so like, okay, if you look at AUDJPY, it's saying sell, a good sell. If you look at AUDJPY2, is it selling? All right, yeah, in the bigger picture you see it says, sell. Okay, so but that does not, that only, the, yeah, AUDJPY is actually saying sell here, but that only does not, qualify me, going into selling AUDJPY. Okay, what I always do is to make sure that I have more confirmation, like, when you are making a Bitcoin, crypto confirmation transactions, it will tell you 3 confirmations, 4 confirmations, maybe some will get to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 confirmations before, um, the transaction is um, fully made. All right, so that was what I actually did. Now in my case here, I have to wait for this, 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 and I also have to wait for some other things that are working in the background that makes up this. Okay, yeah, some other things that are working in the background that makes, so everything put together, I brought it here so that I can also have I can also put everything together. I can understand how, okay, when I get a signal, what I always do is to then manually check, okay, does it, you know, corresponds with what my software is, doing. Do we have bug? Do we not have bug? Are the signals real? What percentage are the signals? All right. Okay. And also in the rank, what is the rank of the signal that we got? All right. So I think that helps a lot to understand that you must always know the difference between the two pairs that you're trading, or you must also always know the strength of the financial asset or the instrument that you are trading. All right, so now let's quickly go back to the chart, and for USD card, now I have USD card and it's currently on a sell order, and um positive, but I also have USD JPY. Now it's also a sell order. All right, okay, and if we look at what we have, all right, it's very much the same signal. Okay, it's very much the same signal. Now the signal here is to make sure that prices were pointing down, and in my case here, when it is red, prices are pointing down. When it is lime green, prices are pointing up. So I also waited until I got all of that, and you see, this is the final confirmation, which I didn't wait until. All right, because this calculates something different also for me. Yes. All right, and I took. Now you can also see that there are several others that one could also take advantage of, like for instance Eurocard. All right, that Eurocard is saying what it's wants to buy. Okay, the confirmations will start from 1 2 3 4 5 6. All right, and then before you know it, it gets to the seventh, it gets to the eighth. The 7 and 8 is more like it's gone to 100% confirmation. That is, yes, you can trade it 100%. I don't want to call it diamond signal, I don't want to call it, but yes, that is most certainly sure that price may or might go up. You see, I didn't want to say that price will go up because I am not in control of the market. Okay, I'm only using what I have to get what I want. So now USD JPY, I'm actually waiting for this price to fall. One of the good reason is that if you also look at the stop and reverse level, you see it has tested it, touched it once, and price came a little bit down. Then while it was still consolidating, it touched it the second time, and this is almost the third time. The third time is just not anywhere. It didn't anywhere threaten the stop and reverse line. Now my analysis is different. The way I look at the market, the way I view the market is different. And you see, you go online, you see thousands of people, or hundreds or thousands of people analyzing the market in their own different way. Okay, not just the conventional way that we know. Okay, so everybody knows what they what they see or what they believe, what they understand, that make them to want to think like that. And kudos to each and every one of those people out there. Okay, me included. I'm going to include myself. All right, so that's a sell for USD JPY. I'm also looking for a sell for USD JPY, and currently I'm on a sell for USD card. So what else do I have? I think this morning I also took a trade for, okay, I took the Euro card too. So let's check Euro card. Let's check where we are. That's a buy order. All right, so Euro card also was a buy order that I took. Okay, and let me bring in this boy, and let's see what we got. So it's actually not listed here, right? But yes, the strength, tells me that Euro card is on the upside. Now you see, yeah, this just changed, and the more if conditionally, that's if it goes in this direction, which is the up direction, definitely is going to be something, that is worth, the analysis. Then another one is, there's a possible, buy opportunity that I'm looking at Euro USD, and also now this is Euro USD here. You see, it's the same thing, and also GBP USD. Now, if we look at it, can we look at it? You see, yes, I also have a buy, on GBP USD, right? So this is Friday, and what I'm expecting is that price, everything, before the major take profits, most financial institutions, most hedge funds would want to, take some, partial profits, this Friday. Most banks will want to take some decisions, this Friday. Most government, we also want to make some decisions, because it is the end of the week. Okay, so they'll want to lock in some profit, so that's why you would see, market react in some way. So Fridays are also, always very good to trade and get out of the trade. You don't have to keep your trade, but sometimes if you see or feel the need that this will, maybe the trend or the direction is just starting, yeah, I will sometimes, um, leave my trade till the next week, not minding the gap, not minding whatever, will happen, whether it goes in my favor or not in my favor. But yes, have a long time view sometimes and look at where the market will take you. So um that is also that about that. So I have US sales GBP USD on a buy. Yes, buy mode activated, and if you look at it also from the, all right, I just want to, all right, so now if you also look at it from this mode here, you see, you know that it's also, price has consolidated. Yeah, I know those are some most expert traders will be able to analyze this. All right, yeah, yeah, they were able to analyze this. But look at this stop here, is the same, top, the same level that price had got into here, and this stop and reverse, level, which is the previous year high, that is the high of last year. Okay, yes, that's the high of last year. Now look at on top of it, anytime GBP USD 4-hour time frame gets here, plays, below it a little bit and then goes up, comes back again, go back up, then come back, down again, play below it again, and make another move. So originally we are originally GBP USD has been, on making that, having that bullish, you know sentiment, bullish, strength all this while. So when I saw that again, that okay, there's possibility the GBP USD could, also buy. Okay, I was maintaining manual analysis with my software analysis today, that is Friday. But yeah, sometimes I'm just going to, stick to what the software says, and it takes a whole lot of time. You get a signal, you depend on your signal, like the one I took 2 days ago, but GBP Canadian dollar. Okay, so is I'm not analyzing what everybody is analyzing. Don't do what people do. Okay, yeah, if you want to be successful, don't do what everybody does. Is it correct? Don't do what everybody does, or don't do what everybody do. All of the above. That's option E. All right, so we'll see how it goes for um, these instruments that I have selected to trade, and we'll see how, beautiful it becomes at the end of the day. Okay, now I think I should just place a buy on. I think I should just place a buy on GBP. Yeah, so I want to show something that, see, I want to actually place a buy on GBP, sorry, on Euro USD. And the way I have designed it, because tomorrow when this channel is in the eyes of everybody, now some reviewers will come and say they don't like the way I don't make pictures, I don't make this, I don't draw, what happens to my trade. Okay, now trade, it's automated the way I programmed it myself. Okay, now this is the first Euro USD trade, and if you place the trade, automatically it is sent to my Telegram channel. All right, yes, the top tier elite circle. All right, so let's do that. Did you witness that? Yes, that's it. That's how it works. And originally I always have 3 trades. Okay, so this is the second and this is the third. Now the point is, why I always have 3 trades is because I want to my trades always have 3 TPs. All right, that is how I have been able to design it. So 3 TPs, I don't care. I didn't code it to take 3 to initialize 3 trades at once. Okay, I do it manually because I want to be satisfied with the condition. Okay, then I can manually take 3 trades. So once I take 3 trades, it can give you 3 different results, like 3 TPs, 3 but I always go for each especially, so I always go for the very first one, which is this. Okay, I always go for the first one. So this is my entry, this is my stop loss, this is take profit 1, this is take profit 2, this is take profit 3. So it's always, that's how I have been managing my trades. So I take 3 trades most times, one for take profit 1, one for TP2, one for, but all has the same stop loss. Okay, so that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. So let me remove this. Okay, so back to the chart. So today, Friday, I have GBP USD buy order, I have Euro USD buy order, I have a USD card sell order, and I have a USD JPY sell order. The stop loss are not much, it's just 20 pips for all of them. Yeah, it's just yeah, the stop loss are not much. So if it goes not in my favor, it costs me off, except that I've not set the stop loss. Yeah, but I have to do the same. I have to do that for I have to make sure that that is the best way that it could work. Okay, so what else am I actually going to look at? The market. So if I just want to manually be analyzing the market without this, to me, I have blended in to trading with indicators since I started trading almost 20 years ago. Yeah, I've tried as much as possible to embed myself into indicators, into softwares. Not just do I trade with indicators, I am a software programmer, a developer. Okay, and I said to myself, what is the essence of trading with just empty charts, and you know how to write codes, how to write to create softwares, to develop applications, and you will not be able to do that on your chart. And like I always tell people, indicators are pointers. Indicators are pointers. They tell you what you should do. Okay, that is the essence of an indicator. An indicator will tell you, okay, like okay, we wear all the smartwatches we wear, okay, that we put on our arms, all the all the cars, the smart cars, they all have, all the little, 21st centuries, all of that, all the things that makes it look beautiful. These things are, they makes life easier. All right, so instead for now you see, I could trade as many financial instruments as possible. All right, but without this I would just be stuck to maybe looking at one or two or three or four. Okay, signal can come, the confirmed signal can just, come from each and any of this, and I would not have any reason to, doubt it, because it is something, a software that I believe in. All right, it's a software that I believe in, and I would want to, like, once a signal comes, then go to the chart, or go to, yeah, go to the chart, go look at, where each and every is, then one or two, within few seconds I take the trade. Okay, I will initialize an order, it's either for a buy or a sell. Right, so these are the reasons why I I chose to, work with indicator. All right, now, as like I was saying, I if you are, I was actually taking, indicators to me, you know I okay, let me just say that I just wanted to, because I have programming skills. Okay, I knew that, trading with indicators can help me move far beyond, like, what they call off the shell. Okay, and it will help me to build a disciplined, data driven process. Okay, and for customization and precision. All right, for algorithmic execution, where you can have, that is, if I want to trade with softwares, I mean trade with expert advice, of course, which I love so very much. And here too, there is an expert advisor here that's, does a different work entirely on its own. Okay, that when everything is also confirmed, it gives me, check the previous videos, you guys will see, how this works. Here it's definitely will, indicate something for me that I also use as part of, what I trade with. Okay, so those are, the good benefits of you know um trading with softwares, trading with indicators. And also, um sometimes you would want high frequency data handling. Okay, and as a programmer, it's easier for me or any programmer out there to, ingest and process what this in MT4, MT5 trading view and all of that. It's called tick level or multi-market data efficiently. Okay, so you can do that, but price action would not do that for me. And I'm not saying price action is not good, it's perfect for all the, boys that are using it out there, the boys, the men, and kudos to everybody if you're killing it with any, strategy that, works for you. Okay, so softwares for me will help me to build real-time, monitoring tools like what I have. That, you know I'm so proud. Not, I'm not saying it's, works 100%, but yes, I'm so proud that I am able to, depend on, this for, pure data monitoring. Okay, real-time monitoring. Okay, And if I also want, okay, there's also a way that I could do it. I think I did a software back then also that helped me to, I can also connect, my software to, I can also integrate, yes, my software, I can also integrate with APIs, okay, and that will make me to connect to brokers, you know, data vendors if I like, or if I want, or even cloud services for analytics and storage alerts. All right, so that so many reasons why I would want to choose to go for an indicator. Like someone asked me Sunday, in one of my posts, said, "What is this? Do you understand?" I was just like, that was his question. I laughed and I laughed and I laughed, and I was like, "You, so you don't know what this is?" Like I didn't even reply. Like, what is the level of your understanding of the financial trading business or financial trading as a whole? Okay, how well have you researched? Are you just dealing with what you were taught? Okay, I'm sure that the man that taught me how to trade uh, back then, you know like I said, almost 20 years ago, would not see this and believe that I you know eventually came up with a method like this, trading with a software. Okay, and that's the beauty of it actually. So you don't have to fault anybody, you don't have to fault any method, you don't have to fault any system. Everything works, but we should also always make sure that we understand whatever tools, method, approach, system, methodology that we are using. And anyway, that's that about that. I would see you guys in the next video, and I want to say see you guys